Joining us in the studio, it's director Jon Chu.
What's up, what's up? Yes,
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yes. Nice to see you too. What's up?
Can you do a better high five? That one was kind of weird.
That's
great.
Feeling
like
it.
the rock high five right
Oh
there.
yeah, he has the high
I can
five.
introduce you guys later if you want. That would be, I think he'd dig you.
Love
I think you guys would get
connection.
along.
You're friends with him?
A little bit, so.
Yeah, I want to hold hands with him.
He's a big man. If you
He
can
has
handle
big
that,
hands if
you
you're
can handle
into
that,
that.
then all yours, girl.
John,
Get
this is
it,
a great
get
jacket.
it. Thank you, thank you.
He's very
It's very
fashionable.
warm, right?
And over Google Plus, we have two of our favorite YouTube film experts, Peter Rallis from Movie Buzz and Grace Randolph from BeyondTheTrailer.
Yeah.
Welcome, guys.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey.
Welcome to the show. John, so excited for you.
Thank you,
We're
thank
huge
you.
fans,
Appreciate
and
it.
This is such a big film for you.
Yes, it's insane. I mean, we've been working on it for the last 2 years and working with The Rock, Bruce Willis, Channing Tatum. You can have you can have all of them. I'll invite them all over to your house later. That'll be fun.
I just have one question.
Yes,
Channing Tatum?
Channing Tatum. Yes. it's true.
Draw out the name. It sounds even sexier when you make it longer.
Yes,
But yeah, I mean, that's a pretty amazing cast, and I know it was a big thing with Channing Tatum, obviously, because he just blew up the past 2 years. What were you, like
Yes.
20 when you made the movie?
I know, it's crazy. We worked together on Step Up 2,
Yeah.
and to work together again on this movie has been really fun. And yeah, it's insane how far he has come, and we got to sort of share in that journey together, so it's cool.
Looking back at the first one, like, what were those things that for your version that you were like, I definitely want to do differently, a new perspective for the fans out there?
Yeah, I mean, for this one, I grew up with GI Joe. I played with the toys since I was a kid. I had snake eyes in my backyard, and the dirtier they got, the better. The more in the sand and the mud, the better. So we really wanted to bring that aesthetic to it. We wanted to feel the energy. We always said with the power of the punch, that it was that the violence felt real, that they were actually getting hurt, that they were actually had to get through obstacles. So whether it's ninjas or crazy guys with silver masks, or Bruce or The Rock, we tried to make that action feel very, very real.
And I feel like a lot of your background from like these incredible dance movies helped because the choreography of these scenes is just incredible.
Yeah, we have, I mean, this movie is full of action, and obviously it's not dance. We have a lot of explosives and things like that. But movement, I think movement in telling story is really important. You know, when John Wayne comes out onto the porch, he says more about his walk, about that character, than a paragraph of dialogue ever could. So when you have Bruce Willis, when he holds the gun, just the way he holds the gun says so much about who his character is. So we try to play a lot of that in the movie.
Yeah.
And you guys have choreographers. This is a real question.
Yes.
Choreographers for fight sequences as well, right?
Yes.
And so they're essentially.
Stunt coordinators.
I see.
We don't call them choreographers.
Right,
It's like-
that would be kind
Yes. We're like 5, 6, 7, 8.
of. 1, 2, 3, 4,
That'd be a
5.
funny video.
So essentially, they become the directors of this fight part, right?
Sure,
So
yes.
how do you like delegate trust to someone like that?
You have to trust in a movie this size. There's so much you can't really control it all anyway. So we do a lot of pre-work where we talk about what we're trying to communicate. And I'm still there to direct the actual scene, but in the same way we work with choreographers in dance. Once they put things in motion, then we can adjust to camera and adjust how we want to do it. We could get rid of certain parts, but it really is a collaboration. That's why it's been fun to make a movie like this where you get such great high-level collaborators. These guys are the best in the business. It's my first action movie, so Paramount surrounded me with the best of the best. So.
That's awesome.
It's definitely not like creating YouTube videos.
No.
It's a bit of a step up of that.
It's just me in Final Cut crying.
But for this movie, they converted it to 3D, which
Yes.
was like a huge deal. How did that change your approach to the story and everything?
Yeah. Well, we shot it in 2D. Originally, it was supposed to be in 2D, but
Yeah.
the last 2 movies beforehand, I shot in 3D. So depth has been a part of my storytelling for a while.
Yeah.
So I guess even when we shot in 2D, depth was still a part of the language of each scene. When you shoot 3D, you make your depth choices while you're shooting. It's just like focus, it's just like color, it's just like all that movement of the camera. In post-conversion, you make those decisions after the movie's been edited. So you're literally making depth decisions according to the
That's
edit.
hard.
Which is hard,
Yeah.
and it takes a lot of focus and energy, and there's 3,000 frames, and each one, over 3,000, each one has to be cut out every shape and form, and it's nuts, but
So
yes.
tedious. In a
Yes.
way, I bet they just kind of get into the groove of it just being like a flow, you know?
It's like a
just
Zen
kind of,
editing.
yeah, kind of
It
meditative.
is, but that's the thing. There's like 700 artists working on these things, right? And but they are artists. It's not a technical conversion. It's literally you have to. There's a lot of emotion that's being told through how much you push something or not push something. So they actually have to be thinking and doing things. It's not a technical mathematical.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the Google Plus fan chat because we have these amazing people
Yes.
joining us, and we just got so into our
Sorry.
conversation.
Oh, I forgot.
Peter, what question do you have for Jon?
My question for you is, during the filming of the movie, was there anything that happened on accident that you kept in the movie?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of things that happen on set that we didn't ever plan. I mean, Bruce just coming onto set, he would just start making up lines. He would just start like taking the other characters and just creating stuff, which was always gold. You know, half my job was just to stay out of his way and get it on film.
Literally
so
want to
people
stay
can-
out of his way, or else he might get betrayed.
and just get it on film so the audience can experience it. So there's parts where he makes fun of Lady J in our movie constantly, and that's stuff that came up in the days before shooting. And things like there's a line that where Roblox says, or The Rock says, "damn ninjas," and it's like gets a huge laugh in the movie, and that was something that Rock just pulled out.
I
So
love him.
he's a good
Just
guy.
nuggets of wisdom from The Rock.
Your man, your boy.
He really is.
Yes.
He's my dream. I have a show, and he's the dream guest on my show.
Well,
Oh, I think she's trying to do like
You're
a
trying to
pitch
take
here.
over. Oh gosh.
We're gonna go, Grace. What question do you have for Jon?
Well, I was wondering, there's been a really big influx of Asian talent behind the camera with yourself, Justin Lin, and also South Korean directors. Is that something you're consciously aware of, and why do you think that that's happening now?
I mean, I'm aware of it only because you see them and you can feel it.
Yeah.
But it's nothing conscious that I was trying to do. It's nothing that I tried to. There's no quota that suddenly Hollywood got that we're trying to fill. It's nothing that I'm a very different filmmaker than Justin Lin, than Ong Lee, than any of those others. I think that. I don't know. I think it's the time that we're in where so many people get access to be able to make stuff. I think it's more a matter of technology than anything else. That I got to make my first student film on digital because I got a beta camera from Panavision, and it was digital, so I didn't have to pay for development. So I got to make stuff and make it look professional before other people got to, and that was my door in. And I think a lot of other people, a lot of other filmmakers from different walks of life are being able to make their stuff on the fly in their rooms, in their towns, with their friends, and get bigger deals. So I think that I think the bigger idea is really that technology is bringing us all closer and giving us all more opportunities to be discovered.
Yeah, and definitely. And you're great at balancing. I feel like you're a director that really came up in the social media age. So like, how does that change the way you approach either your storytelling or bring people behind the scenes and getting them engaged throughout the process?
I love it. I mean, it's not for all filmmakers. Some filmmakers like to do their movie and not have hear anything, or I've been blessed to be able to work on things that have fan bases and franchise, whether it's Justin Bieber, Step Up, or Joe. And to me, it's really helpful. It's helpful to know because I come in with a certain perspective, and that's usually the perspective I'm heading forward with. But it's nice to know sort of the rough edges of where the things, how on am I, or what are the things that the fans really want, and I don't necessarily listen to them, but it's fun to know, and we actually create a relationship. It's like when I show my movie to my friends, they usually probably like my movies more than just random people because we have a relationship, they know what went into it, it changes the perspective of the audience when you do that. With Twitter, we literally have over 500,000 followers and people that know my work now, which is really cool. And we get to guide them through the process of what it took to get there. And I think it changes your perspective. So I think it's going to be really fun. It's going to change a lot. And filmmakers are going to choose to be a part of that or not, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes. You again?
What question do you
What?
have, Milana?
Well, since it's the week of Passover, have you thought about spoofing your own movie and making a GI Joe movie?
That's a good idea. I like that.
I'm sorry.
Let's
I was
get on
gonna
that.
Laugh too
We'll
hard
do
at
that.
Can you tell your assistant? Can you write that down?
Write that down right now. Right now. We're on it.
What's the
In 3D, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yes, throwing those matzo balls. Just like throw it in people's faces.
Avoid.
It'd be really
yes,
scary.
Yes.
What's the secret to creating
Jewish ninja stars?
to
Did you get that online? Did you get that joke online, or did you write it
No,
down?
it came
Oh,
from her
that's good.
brain.
Don't give her too many good jokes online, guys. Come on.
They're not giving me anything.
She's dangerous. What's the secret to bringing these Joes to life and like your approach to the Joe, like I guess characters?
What is the
GI Joes.
Yes.
I don't know. Is there an approach because like they have to be violent but fun. They have chemistry.
Yeah, for sure.
And also the way you cast them because you have such an interesting array of cast members.
Well,
That
they're
came from the previous one, then also you handpicked.
Yeah.
Well, they're really funny people that you cast.
Yeah.
Like Dwayne and Channing are both.
Oh,
like,
your first name
really-
basis, I see.
Yes.
Well, because we're going to date, so I figured why make it awkward now, But I mean, they're both really funny people who have comedy backgrounds.
Yeah.
So
I think that's part of what the charm of GI Joe is that it is funny, it is relatable. As crazy as we get with the ninjas flying around everywhere and big guns and things blowing up, ultimately they're really relatable guys. The guys you want to have and girls that you want to have a beer with, that you talk about life, joke with, and then they go outside, go save the world, and come back and finish their beer. I think that's the charm of what GI Joe has always been about. In fact, the name GI Joe, Average Joe, and that your Joe you can be a hero, that anyone can be the hero. It's what you stand for, it's what you stand up for, it's what you are inside, and I think that's part of the whole texture of what it is.
I'm gonna go finally back to our Google Plus fan chat. Last two questions, starting with Grace.
Well, I was wondering, you have this thing, you talk about the 3D, but what is it like having your budget balloon like this to be able to play with almost $200 million?
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, I feel like it's like, when you play poker, I don't know, I don't play that much poker, I'm really bad. But I guess when you play poker, it's just chips, like it's not really money to you. So you just go and try to be as creative as you can, try to tell the best story that you can. In this one, I have access to a lot more stuff. So if I wanted 4 Technicranes, like I could get 4 Technicranes, which is pretty awesome, and I've never had that opportunity. But I think that also presents a lot of problems too, because then if you can have everything, you try to put everything in your movie, and it becomes a big cluster. So I definitely, I think what I learned actually through the process, and I didn't know that at the beginning, but what I learned through the process was restraint is probably your best asset in making a movie like this. Like sometimes you just want Storm Shadow versus Snake Eyes, which are the 2 ninjas in our movie, facing off in a hallway. And yes, you have access to a huge orchestra. Don't do any music. Just do their fight with the sounds of their swords, and just do a hallway that's a very simple hallway. You don't have to do it with big, crazy explosions.
Don't you be Michael Bay?
Yeah. I love Michael Bay movies. Don't get me wrong.
But how do you really feel about Michael Bay?
I love Michael Bay.
All right, and
I really get along with Michael Bay, actually.
Peter, last question.
Is there anything that you wanted to do in the movie that you weren't able to because of budget or any kind of other constraints?
Yeah, I always want to do more.
You wanted to put Justin
movies.
Bieber in it, I heard. Just couldn't
I love
happen.
how I say one line in some interview, and it just becomes like the headline for everything. No, there's plenty of stuff. I mean, we have a lot of characters. The Joe world is really big, so there's a lot of characters I wanted to use and stuff that it just became too much. Cobra Commander, we wanted to do a lot with Cobra Commander, and we just couldn't fit it all into our movie. So hopefully, this is the fans want it, that we'll do more and create more of the world, which would be really, really fun.
And you're already part of another iconic brand, the
Yes.
Shira brand again.
Yeah, yes.
I know it was inspired by me. Just saying.
Yes, Masters of the Universe.
Yes.
I'm working on right now. We're in the very beginning stages, so we're not. There's no date. There's no any of that stuff yet. But we've been designing, creating the world. When you create a world, you literally you spend months and months developing like what's the language that they speak, what are the different cultures in the different areas. So we've just been creating.
Well, we're excited
doing
for
that,
your
so.
success.
Thank you.
And we're going to end this with one of our personal favorite memes that came out of the GI Joe franchise. And we want to know if this maybe inspired you at all. Take a look.
Oh, God.
You're not cooking. Yeah, I do.
Pork chop sandwiches. Oh shit! Get the fuck out of here! What are you doing? Go! Get the fuck out of here, you stupid idiot! Fuck, we're all dead! Get the fuck out! My God, did that smell good.
Detect it. No going and you tell me do things. I done running.
G.I. Joe!
That's our movie, actually. That's a great clip from our movie.
Can I ask you a question from here?
Sure, one question.
Okay, last question. This is from Nadal. Ask Jon what older movies inspired his process for G.I. Joe.
What older movies?
Yeah.
I mean, I always watch. I mean, I'm not comparing our movie to this movie, but I always watch Goodfellas before I start a movie because
Wow.
I think it's really that movie has such a personality and perspective to
Totally.
it that it reminds you that camera can play so much of a role in the perspective of a movie. So I always try to watch that. I always, other movies, Indiana Jones, I love growing up. All those sort of 80s action movies, action adventure movies are what I love because that inspired me to get the toy and go play and make other stories at home. So I hope that our movie, as crazy as it is, inspires other kids and people to go get toys and play in their backyard and create more
Or
stories.
adults.
Or adults.
To buy toys and play in your backyard
Exactly.
or anywhere else. Jon Chu, everybody.
Thank you, thank you, thank
The
you.
movie is GI Joe Retaliation, and it's hitting theaters this Friday. Go and see it, support it.
Yes.
It's awesome. Thanks also to Peter Rallis and Grace Randolph for joining our Google Plus live chat. Check out Movie Buzz, youtube.com/RallisP, and Beyond the Trailer, youtube.com/BeyondTheTrailer. And the amazing Milana Weintraub is here. I got her name right. Yes, she's at Min Milana on Twitter, and you can check out her amazing show. Let's talk about something more interesting on youtube.com/LiveProoGirls. And now, here is one more thing.